Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that really resonates, or the one that kind of resonates. We just go on a hunch. And we'll begin. And I will put the golden nugget card at the end too in case anybody wants more clarification. And we begin. For those of you who chose the red streaked stone, this lovely red and gold stone, we have the 4 of coins, we have the 10 of wands, we have the 9 of cups. Well, these are minor arcana, not a big deal kind of day, just a little bit of everything. Now, the 9 of cups I like because it's sort of like getting your wish. It's sort of like a moment of, yes, emotional fulfillment, emotional, pleasant emotion. And maybe even a feeling of being blessed. Now, I am wondering if that comes after a day in which you felt productive, because this 10 of wands comes in when there are many things that we would like to get done, or many things on our mind, many priorities, many goals. We don't have to carry them like this, though. I feel like Spirit gives us that one when, we have a choice here. We can just do one thing at a time. We can be satisfied with paying attention to the most important things today and calling that enough, and being, instead of feeling like we should be able to do everything or take care of everything today, which is really counterproductive, because we can't and we shouldn't. We can focus on a little more balance, right? Taking care of some things, one thing at a time, and then rewarding ourselves, then having some time of enjoyment, pleasure. That's important. Now, the 4 of coins is perhaps why we have the temptation to be overburdened, because perhaps even though, we've got some security built up, we're all right, we may feel like somehow it's threatened. We may feel like somehow it's a little bit in jeopardy. Not true with that 4 of coins, because that person has it, that's not going anywhere. But there may be something that makes us feel a little less secure about it. So then that's when we do get tempted to worry too much, have too much on our minds, or try to take care of too many things all at once. And so that's a behavior that's based on erroneous thinking, and it just compounds it. Spirit will give us these kinds of cards to let us know that we don't have to go that way, to let us know that we can look at that temptation to go that way and say, oh, I want a more pleasant day than that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take care of the things that I can take care of and that seem right to take care of today, and then I'm going to enjoy myself. And then you go on to the next day with a lot more energy and hope. So that's what that's all about. I like that. I like the 9 of cups. You may get your wish about something. So that's really cool. For those of you who chose the green jade, lucky jade, we have the 9 of coins, the Empress is your major arcana, and the 5 of cups. All right. Well, look at this. You have a choice. So the Empress is saying there is a new beginning coming in some area. The Empress means there's fertile ground for that. The Empress means you're really ready for that, and it's something new and life-giving in some area of your life. But the Empress doesn't guarantee that it happens. The birth has to happen, right? And you have to allow that. So I think that just like birth, it will happen. You can cooperate with it, though. You have to cooperate with it. So I think the 5 of cups is sort of saying, don't be looking back at the past so much, or disappointments, or failures, or losses, regrets. Don't look back at that stuff so much, or resentments, that you are missing the new stuff, the 2 cups that are ascending, because there is something ascending. And in fact, there's nothing wrong, though, with enjoying yourself. It's sort of like That's the sitting pretty card. That's the I'm enjoying what I've built. That's the I may be enjoying some luxuries. I feel like that kind of abundant attitude helps to bring in this new beginning. So that's interesting to me. Maybe the new beginning is one of abundance. Maybe Spirit's trying to help get you to think in a more abundant way. Focus on, I've done this. I'm sitting pretty in this area of my life. I'm sitting pretty in that area of my life. You know what? Why not in this other area? I see something new and good coming in. Sometimes we do need to get on board with expecting that. And certainly this card comes up all the time when we're kind of tempted to do something that's not so productive. To look at the past, analyze it, think about it, chew on it. No. Sometimes that will then color our expectations for the future. And I think Spirit is saying, if you want something to color your expectations of the future, look at these two cards. We have powerful new energy coming in. We have you sitting pretty, you're in a good spot to have this new thing come in, whatever that may be. And this new thing, it could be spiritual, it could be, there is abundance involved. It could be financial. It could be health-wise, abundance of health. Could be a new attitude that is so much more, allows you to enjoy your life so much more. So I think these are great, great cards, and this can be entirely avoided. These cards come up to say, oh, you don't need to do that. Give us a little bit of a nudge. All right, wonderful. For those of you who chose this white and black stone, we have the Judgment Angel, we have the Victory card, the Six of Wands, we have the Four of Cups. So, okay, how interesting. Look at all these readings. Good cards, and there's always one where Spirit's saying, now watch how you're looking at this. Because, we can wreck a blessing. We can fail to see something good that Spirit's trying to bring in. Or, or we can cooperate with it. See, this lady, she doesn't see it. Okay, so the Judgment Angel is helping you, though, to have clarity and revelation about your victories, about what's going well. So you don't focus on what's not quite what you wanted it to be. Don't focus on, these are sources of emotional fulfillment, right? Or they're messages, but they're positive, but this woman is not satisfied with them. So it's sort of like, don't nitpick your successes, because you are a success. Don't nitpick them. Don't say to yourself, well, this was good, but I should have done it a little more like this, or that was good, but if I had it to do over again, I'd do it. No. Spirit is saying no. Celebrate the victory. Really, seriously, look at your life and say, you know what? It is darn amazing that I did this. It is amazing. Wow, what creative abilities, what ability to manifest, what determination, what creativity. I did this, Really, if we dwell upon that and celebrate it and feel good about it and not nitpick it, then we can have clarity and good judgment. And then we're seeing things more the way Spirit is seeing them. It's like aligning ourselves with the more spiritual way of viewing our lives, ourselves, our histories, our accomplishments. Because Spirit would have us focus on what we've done that's good, and what will expand, will be built upon. That'll bring more of that in. They are our biggest cheerleaders over there. They are applauding. They know when we've done something difficult. Maybe nobody else knows because it was an internal challenge, but they know and they're applauding. So I think that's what the message is coming from Spirit, and you do have a choice. Looking at this reading today, now you can open yourself up to that and say, okay, Source, okay, Spirit, okay, angels, I will hear you. I will celebrate with you. Yeah, the good things that have been done that you are. Ah, that's a beautiful reading. Just beautiful. There may be a decision made too that's a victory. So just beautiful. All right. Whoever wants the golden nugget, here we have it. We have, I was interrupted, but the Page of Swords is the golden nugget card. And you know what's funny about this? I was just thinking about this card earlier today. How weird, huh? This card. And then I thought of something I need to say about this card. Very strange. And here it comes. So obviously I'm supposed to say this. So the Page of Swords, you know, it can be like the beginning of a plan you've just picked up and it will mature. It can be a young person. It can signify a young person who tends to rely on logic or likes to think they do. But the Page of Swords can also be kind of a stinker. So this could be somebody who is young or maybe acts young, sometimes smart, intelligent, but not wise in what he or she is saying. So, you know, it might be a bit of a comment on somebody like that in your environment, to remember that even though they're very smart, they may not be wise yet. And so, you know, take their opinion with a grain of salt, take their statements that they are so sure they're right about with a grain of salt, because maturity does make a difference, and they really may think very differently about this very issue in the years to come. So there's that. Also, the Page of Swords sometimes comes up when it's a good idea for us to take a pause. You know, maybe the facts are on our side and we have every right to be upset about something, or we have every right to correct somebody about something, or, you know, what have you, complain, what have you. But will we regret it anyway later? Even if we were right, will we regret it? And so sometimes it's nice to take a pause and ask ourselves that before we speak. There's that. Or, you know, sometimes it comes up when we're kind of irritable, and we just are. And maybe we need to identify what we really need. Do we need rest? Do we need you know, to a little bit of time away? What do we need? Because that's usually when people get kind of irritable and snappish, and they might say some things without thinking them through. So there's that too. But the Page of Swords can be a lot of different things. It can be a new plan you've picked up that can mature into the Knight of Swords, and then the King or Queen of Swords, a good plan. Can be speaking out. But if whatever it means to you, that's what you're supposed to get out of that golden nugget. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much. I hope you have a terrific day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.